across the globe. CTV Golden Bridge is CCTV International's exclusive advertising agent and can put your company in touch with an audience of millions.
Hello and welcome to New Frontiers on CCTV International. I'm Xi Xiaojun in Beijing. And today we're beginning a new series about the discovery of an ancient state beneath the soil of Henan province. Now, Henan was for many centuries in ancient times the political and cultural center of China. 2,000 and more years ago, during the spring and autumn and warring states periods, Xinzheng County in Henan was the capital of a state called Zheng, and later of another state, this one called Han. But as the centuries passed, what must once have been a proud city gradually disappeared until nothing was left except some broken walls. But then, one hot summer's day in 1925, a farmer called Li Rui started to dig a well to obtain water for his crops. What he found beneath the earth would transform our understanding of our ancient past.
More than 2,000 years ago, during the spring and autumn and warring states periods, this place was the capital of the state of Zheng. However, after the city was taken by a mighty army from a hostile neighboring state called Han in 375 BC, the state of Zheng faded into history. The incidents that took place between the states of Zheng and Han have receded into the distant past, and nothing remains aside from a few weather-beaten and dilapidated city walls that alone stand to testify to past glories. Nobody could explain just why the weather on August the 23rd, 1923 was so unusually hot, reaching as it did more than 40 degrees centigrade. But whatever the reason, under the sun's merciless power, all the crops in the already severely parched fields were being flattened. On South Street in Lijialou, Xinjiang County, farmer Li Rui, whose family had lived in the area for generations, was extremely worried. Consumed with anxiety, he went about his fields time and again trying to think of a solution, but it was hopeless. Unless his plants received water almost immediately, they would all die. Concluding that his only option was to sink a new well, he set about deciding upon the best location to begin digging. After a little consideration on the matter, he chose a high spot on his plot of land where few plants grew due to the soil at this location being particularly hard. In fact, this part of his land had been idle for years due to its low yield. Armed with simple tools, nothing more than a few pickaxes, a number of workers began to dig, and by noon they had finally managed to cut through the crust of the hard soil. For a while, the work continued at a reasonable pace. But then, when they reached a depth of 2 meters, the workers came upon what seemed to be an unusual red clay, and it was as hard as metal. Li Rui was told about this and was asked to choose another spot for his well. But having thought the matter over, taking into consideration the sight of his already weathered vegetables, he told the workers to continue. Little could he know that his decision to continue digging at this spot was to result in an utterly sensational archaeological discovery. The workers continued by shifts, and eventually, before dusk, the half-meter layer of unusual hard red clay surrendered, making way for what should have been easier work. However, much to the workers' dismay, the soil beneath felt as if it had been rammed solid, making the work every bit as difficult as digging through the red clay.